Nigeria is spending money again, not on roads, not on hospitals, not on power, on lawsuits. 135 billion naira set aside for election-related legal processes ahead of 2027. So the question is, are we preparing for an election or preparing for a court battle? The government has allegedly allocated 135 billion naira tied to election legal processes before 2027. Not for voter education, not for making sure your vote counts cleanly, for what happens after the votes are cast. Which tells you something very interesting about what is being anticipated. When you budget heavily for lawsuits, it means one of two things. Either you expect disputes, or you are planning for them. And in Nigeria, elections have a habit of not ending at the ballot box. They end in courtrooms, months later, sometimes years later. So the real question is, why is so much more going to court than to making the election clean in the first place? Because what looks like budgeting is actually positioning. If you control the legal process after the election, you have significant influence over what the election actually means. 2027 is not just an election. It is a system being built right now, quietly. And every Nigerian voter needs to understand what their vote is really worth inside that system. Nigerian elections are starting to feel like football. You play the match, you score the goals, but the final result decided in VAR, not on the field. The ballot is where democracy starts. But in Nigeria, 135 billion naira says it might not be where it ends. Should elections be decided at the ballot or in court? Comment below. Share this with someone who needs to hear it.